A number of people have asked me for my thoughts on the recent Nioh 2 Darkness in the Capital DLC already. I've been holding off on releasing anything too detailed until I'd had a chance to review the official English patch notes. I still haven't seen them, to be honest, and I'm starting to wonder if we ever will, so I'm going to use the best version I've managed to find and attempt to piece it together. Shout out to Ryoma Sakamoto on Reddit, who did the translations of the version I'm using, and to 3x3beastu, who let me know where to find them in the comments of my last video. The notes are a hell of a lot better than the automated translations I've seen before this point. As with previous patch notes, take all this with a pinch of skepticism. All of this is subject to change at any moment if Team Ninja release another patch update. Also bear in mind that the translation I'm using from Japanese to English could have some inaccuracies, and I'm doing the best I can with what I've got and from my own observations. So we'll start with the patch notes and then we'll talk about some of the new skills, features, armor sets, along with my thoughts about the gameplay and story setting. Some things I loved and a few things I wasn't happy about. So, as I'm sure you all know by now, the new weapons is claws or fists, depending on how you translate it. We have a new feature in the shrine menu called Stone of Penitence, which gives you the opportunity to level up one of your accessories by exchanging it for the stone. When you do this, the difficulty of the gameplay will be increased by adding to enemy health pools and damage, but you'll begin to build up a progress bar on your Stone of Penitence. When the bar is maxed out, you can then either exchange the stone back by selecting Resting Right in the Stone of Penitence menu, and you'll receive your accessory back with improvements, either an increase in plus level or in rarity. Or you can choose to increase the difficulty again and continue progress. I haven't yet discovered the most optimal way to use this system yet, but I'm sure someone has. Leave me a comment with your results so far, and eventually I may pull together a guide as I learn myself. We've received new ninjutsu skills which can be acquired by collecting their respective Art of Combat drops. I did a very quick video on this which I'll link at the end if you're interested in where to farm for these. We also have new Nioh skills which again can be picked up by farming for the Art of Combat. We have new Guardian Spirits which can be collected as you progress through the DLC. These include Kuzunoha the Fox, Nioh Magic Focus with bonuses to elemental damage, O, cumulative damage bonus and life recovery on Amrita Absorption, Ho-Oh, which has a big focus on purity and gives a damage boost for purified enemies, also has an awesome ability called Calming Breath, which restores your health when out of combat, and Janamacho, which gives bonuses again for cumulative damage and an attack bonus after health loss. All of these come with a very decent limit on Soul Core Attunement too, with the lowest being 22. We also have some new armor sets. These haven't been fully detailed yet, but the ones I've managed to pick up are the Brave Demon, first of the 4 Guardians set bonus, Samurai Noble, Moonlight Flutist set, the Demon Slayer, Imperial Ward set bonus, Hayabusa, the Dragon Ninja set bonus, Sincere Buddhist set, and the Scion of Tamura, Pride of Sakanoi set. Again, when I have solid information on this about farming smithing techs, I'll be sure to update my smithing tech location spreadsheet and get a video out. We have a bunch of new yokai to fight and soul cores to collect. These include the Lightning Gods of Yomi, Hellish Hag, Giant Toad, Yasha, Aborogaruma, Nue, White Tiger, Tsuchigumo, and the Fox Spirits, which seems to come with each of the elemental flavours. In terms of the adjustments made, as posted on the patch notes, we had the following. For Nioh Magic, we have increased damage to Fire Talisman, Water Talisman, Lightning Talisman, Fire Shot Talisman, Water Shot Talisman, Lightning Shot Talisman, Fire Shikinami, Lightning Shikinami, and Water Shikinami. Wow, that was a mouthful. Reduced the cost and increased amount available for preparation for many of the Nioh Magic items, which means you can have more of these available to use. For ninjutsu, we've had an increase to the damage of all the ninja feathers, we've had an increase to the damage of the fire shuriken, increased damage of the ground fire, lowered cost and increased amount available for preparation of smoke bombs. Now for the archers, the eagle eye scroll has been nerfed slightly. This is an interpretation of the patch notes, so you may need to test this, but from what I understand you can no longer aim and fire off multiple shots at the maximum buff. You will need to wait for the charge to go back up and then fire again. For soul cores, there has been an increase to the boost in soul core power you get when performing a soul fusion, which should make life easier when trying to max out your soul cores and reduce some farming time. The Kasha soul core has had the push reduced so that when it connects, your enemies won't be pushed back as far. A Tokamaro damage has been reduced yet again. The backstab damage bonus on the Tesso soul core has been increased. Both the quick attack damage and the dash key consumption effects have been buffed on Kamitachi. Aside from these changes, there have apparently been some changes to some individual missions, but the details on that haven't been spelled out. Also, some ailments and details sitting behind those have been adjusted, but again, no solid details on the extent of the changes. In terms of the patch notes, I do expect we'll have more tweaks and changes in the coming days and weeks. I'll do my best to keep you posted if I spot anything worthwhile, and either do an update video or announce minor changes in the community tab. In terms of my own thoughts on the DLC, so far I've really enjoyed it. I found it tough. Having had a month or two off Nioh, and coming back and getting back into it was challenging to say the least. Some of the new missions are great for their depth and level of exploration, others are great for the boss rush feel to them and the opportunity for farming. Again, I'll most likely cover this topic separately at some point when I've compiled all the information. In terms of the story, without giving any spoilers away, I enjoyed it, but as with the last DLC, didn't really connect with the characters in the stories. It's all pretty short and snappy, so gaining any kind of emotional connection was impossible for me. One thing I didn't like much is the fact that Minamoto no Yorimitsu, or Reiko, was portrayed in the DLC as female. Honestly, I don't know why Team Ninja decided to do that. In the histories, Minamoto no Yorimitsu was a man, so I see no reason for the change, and being completely honest, I find it annoying when publishers change the gender of well-known characters in stories or in history for the sake of novelty, equality or politics. There are perfectly good female historical figures they could have used, so to make this change ruined the story for me personally. But that's just me, and I'm not expecting people to agree on this point, it's just a pet hate. Overall, I'd say the DLC was good. It seemed longer than the last one, but perhaps that's just my own interpretation. There was more content this time around, so I'd say it's definitely worth a buy if you haven't bought it already. The new weapon is really fun to use and seems to have a built-in versatility buff if you can sequence your attacks well. There are also a couple of armor sets already which synergize well with claws. In terms of the bigger picture and the meta, I'm holding off making a judgment for now. It does seem like a lot of effort has gone into both Omnio and Ninjutsu this time around, so this could be a hint, but beyond that, I personally need more time to settle into the new content and assess what will be the best direction to take from a build perspective to make progress in Way of the Wise. I may release a build or two at some point if I find something I'm proud enough of to showcase. I hope you found this video useful. I've left a link to the Reddit thread in the description if you'd like to check that out for yourself. Leave me a like if you don't mind, sub if you're new, I'll wrap it up there. Thank you for watching, take care, stay safe, bye bye now.